Rama Rama. Namaste everyone. Welcome you all to session 25 of Samskrita Shri Pathamala 1. Today we'll see the second part of the accusative case, Dvitiya Vibhakti. Mangala Shlokaha. Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatika Kritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastestu Veena Pustakadharini Hamsavahana Marudhe Vidyadanam Purushvame. Subhashitam Adhama Dhanamichanti Dhanamanau tu Madhyamaha Uttamaha Manamichanti Mano hi Mahatam Dhanam. This is from Garuda Puranam. So, men who are inferior, that is, those who don't have great morals or values, their primary desire is wealth. Average people desire both wealth and honor. Adhama means a person of mediocre character. So, such people go after wealth. Dhanam means wealth. Dhanam icchanti. They like wealth. Dhana manav. Both dhanam and manam. That is liked by, or the people who seek both wealth and honor are the average people. Madhyamaha. Uttamaha. Great men desire honor. That is the only thing that they consider important, because that is their only wealth. Mano hi mahatam dhanam. For the great men, manam is the only dhanam. So, this describes the various types of people. Men who are inferior. Adhamaha dhanam icchanti dhanam mano tu madhyamaha uttamaha manam icchanti mano hi mahatam dhanam. So, in today's general words, Vyavaharika Shabdas, we'll see some words which are the words for family members and relatives. First is father and mother. Janakaha is father. Pita is also father. Janani, Mata, these are both for mother. Son is Putraha and daughter is Putri. Sutaha is also son. Suta is also daughter. Paternal grandfather, that is father's father, is Pitamaha. We would have seen in Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitamaha. So Pitamaha is paternal grandfather. Paternal grandmother is Pitamahi. Maternal grandfather is Matamaha and maternal grandmother is Matamahi. Brother is Sahodaraha or Bhrata and sister is Sahodari or Swasa. Elder brother is Agrajaha. Elder sister is Agraja. Younger brother is Anujaha and younger sister is Anuja. Husband is Bharta or Pati and wife is Bharya or Patni. Son's son is Pautraha and son's daughter is Pautri. Daughter's son is Dauhitraha and daughter is Dauvitri. So shall we go through this again? Father, Janakah, Pita, mother, Janani, Mata, son, Putrah, Sutah, daughter, Putri or Suta, paternal grandfather, Pitamahah, paternal grandmother, Pitamahi, maternal grandfather, Matamahah, maternal grandmother, Matamahi, brother is Bhrata or Sahodaraha, sister is Swasa or Sahodari. Elder brother is Agrajaha and elder sister is Agraja. Younger brother is Anujaha and younger sister is Anuja. Husband is Bharta or Patihi. Wife is Bharya or Patni. Son's son is Pautraha. Son's daughter is Pautri. Daughter's son is Dauhitraha and daughter's daughter is Dauhitri. So going back to Vibhaktis, what did we see? We saw in the introduction that in Sanskritam there are two types of words which are Subantam and Tingantam. Subantam is Namapadam, Tingantam is Kriyapadam. Subantam makes it Subantam. Sup Pratyaya is the Vibhakti. The components of words are Prakriti and Pratyaya. For Subanta Padas, the Prakriti is Pratipadikam and the Pratyaya is Sup Pratyaya. For Kriya Padam, Dhatu is the Pratipadikam. Dhatu is the Prakriti part and the Pratyaya part is the Tingantam. Then we saw the attributes of words. So for Namapadam, we need to know the Shabda, the Anta, the Lingam, the Purusha. These are relatively constant for a Shabda, and the aspects which change are the Vibhakti and Vachana. So about Vibhakti, what is the meaning? The Vibhakti means it's the ending, which is a Sup Pratyaya. So Sup Pratyaya is also called the Vibhakti Pratyaya. So because the word has a Sup Pratyaya, it is called a Subantam. And the purpose of Vibhakti is fourfold. It is used for pointing out. It is used as to indicate the relationship with the verb of the sentence. It may be used to indicate the relationship with another noun in the sentence, or it may be used to indicate that there is a special word in the sentence. In association or when specific words appear in a sentence, we are supposed to use only certain vibhaktis with the connected nouns. Now we also saw that there are 7 types of vibhaktis which are in order numbered as Prathama, Dvitiya, etc. And we saw also the brief context in which such vibhaktis are used. We'll see them in detail now. That is what we are seeing currently. And then we saw that in each vibhakti we need to know 2 things. One is the Rupa, the other is the Prayoga. There are 24 forms of the vibhaktis of each Shabda that we need to know because there are 7 plus 1 vibhaktis and there are 3 vachanas. That makes it 8 into 3, 24. And for Prayoga, we are seeing the different rules. So far we have seen Prathama and Sambodhana Prathama. We just saw the first use of the Dvitiya Vibhakti, which is the object of the sentence. First, we will do the Shabda Ratanam. As usual, we'll start with Rama, Sita, and Bhala. If somebody wants to answer, you can raise your hand. Vidyamutyam.
Ram Ram.
Rama Ram. Rama Shabda.
Rama Shabda. Ramah, Ramo, Ramah.
Akarantah.
अकारान्त रामशब्दः
पुल्लिङ्गः
अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग रामशब्दः
you should pronounce the visarga also अकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः रामशब्दः
अकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः रामशब्दः
उत्तम
रामः रामौ रामाः हे रामा हे रामौ हे रामाः रामं रामौ रामान् रामेण रामाभ्यां रामैः रामाय रामाभ्यां रामेभ्यः रामात् रामाभ्यां रामेभ्यः रामस्य रामयोः रामाणां रामे रामयोः रामेषु
धन्यवादः भगिनी
Thank you.
विद्या सुब्रह्मण्यम
Ram
do you
Ram.
want to say the Rama? Can you say the Rama Shabda?
Yes, ma'am. Akarantah Strilingah Rama Shabdah. Rama Rame Ramaha He Rame He Rame He Ramaha Ramam Rame Ramaha Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramabhihi Ramayai Ramabhyam Ramabhyaha Ramayaha Ramabhyam Ramabhyaha Ramayaha Ramayoho Ramana Ramayam Ramayoho Ramasu.
Uttam, Bahut. Dhanyavadaha. Did you have a doubt in last class and I asked you to email me?
Yes,
you still
ma'am.
have the doubt or you can ask it now?
Yes, ma'am. I still have a doubt.
Yes. You can tell me what your doubt is now.
Okay, ma'am. First doubt, ma'am. In the sentence on the Mayuraha Kakau Cha, the verb is Tishtati. So should we use Tishtanti or Tishtataha? Based on the
There are
subject
two, right?
or
Yes. The verb always agrees with the subject. There are two words indicating the subject in this sentence. Mayuraha, Kakaha, Cha. So it should be in the dual number, which is Tishtataha.
okay, ma'am. Ma'am, and what is Pratama Vibhakti for Vadhu, ma'am? Is it Vadhuhu or only Vadhu?
It is Vadhu only. There is no Visarga. Only in the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam, there is Vadhu. So the Prathama Vibhakti will be Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha. Just like how in Nadi we have Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. For Dirgha Ukara we have Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha.
Okay, ma'am.
And in Dvitiya,
Last doubt.
yeah.
In the vocative case for Ume Likataha, will verb change according to Vachanam?
You are addressing one person, right? So
yes,
it will change. But this Lakara you have not learned. That is Ume Likhata. You are giving an instruction. You are using the Lot Lakara. The Lot Lakara you have not learned yet. So when you learn the forms of the Lot Lakara, you will know that. For now, we are just using the Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, which is Likha. We don't say Likhata, we say Likha. When you're addressing the person, you call the person and say Likha. Means you're instructing the person to write. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Any other doubt?
No, ma'am.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha, ma'am.
Next is Phala Shabda. Veena Honati. Do you want to say the Phala Shabda?
आम भगिनी नमस्कार भगिनी
राम राम नमस्कार
राम राम अकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः फल शब्दः फलं फले फल फल समीचीनं वा फल
समीचीनं फल
फलं फले फलानि हे फल हे फले हे फलानि फलं फले फलानि फलेन फलाभ्यां फलैः फलाय फलाभ्यां फलेभ्यः फलात् फलाभ्यां फलेभ्यः फलस्य फलयोः फलानां फले फलयोः फलेषु।
धन्यवादः। Next, last class we saw the 3 lingas of the Dakaranta Tad Shabda. The first is Pullinga, where it starts with Saha, Tau, Te. Does anybody want to try? The Tad Shabda Pullingam form. Shri Ranjani Mohan Raman.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram, namaste. Tad Shabda Pullinga forms. Yes.
Tad Shabda Pullinga.
Dakarantaha.
Dakarantaha Pullinga. Saha
Pullingaha Tad Shabdaha.
Tad Shabdaha. Dakarantaha Pullingaha Tad Shabdaha. Dakarantaha.
Yes.
Saha Tau Te.
Yes.
Ta te tau tam tau taha.
No, it is Saha Tau Te is Prathama Vibhakti, Tam Tau Tan is Tritiya. Then it is similar to Rama Shabda, Tena, Ramena, similar to that is Tena. There is no Tam here. Do you want to read it from the chart? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Tam tau tam. Tena tabhyam taihi. Tasmai tabhyam tebhyah. Tasmat tabhyam tebhyah. Tasya tayoho tesham. Tasmin tayoho teshu.
Uttam. Bahu uttam. Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah.
Shriram Venkatesh Mahodaya. Do you want to try the Strilinga Tad Shabda? Shriram Venkatesh. You're self-muted. You can try to unmute yourself and then say. Okay. Maybe you have a problem with the mic. Shreya Zinzubadia. Shreya Zinzubadia. You're self-muted. You can try to unmute and say the Strilinga Tad Shabda. Is there any problem? Okay. Shreya Zinzubadia, we're not able to hear you. Why? Okay. Rekha MS, do you want to try? Strilinga Tad Shabda?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Rama Rama.
Namaskar, Rama Rama Acharya.
Namaste.
Dakaranta दकारान्तः स्त्रीलिङ्गः तद् शब्दः सा ते ताः तां ते ताः तया ताभ्यां ताभिः तस्यै ताभ्यां ताभ्यः तस्याः ताभ्यां ताभ्यः तस्याः तयोः तासां तस्यां तयोः तासु नमस्कारः
धन्यवादः उत्तमं
धन्यवादः
next is napumsakalinga tad shabda napumsakalinga tad shabda okay I think I showed the napumsakalinga chart instead of the pullinga anyway only the first two vibhaktis are different Praveena Hitchin
राम राम महोदय
Ram yeah
दकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः तद् शब्दः तत् ते तानि तेन ताभ्यां तैः तस्मै ताभ्यां तेभ्यः तस्मात् ताभ्यां तेभ्यः तस्य तयोः तेषां तस्मिन् तयोः तेषु
there is a slight difference between the shakara which we use for shankaraha and this sha which is for shanmukha so try to make that distinction very clear tesham it should be from the murdha that is from the hard palate top of the roof of the mouth we will try to pronounce this tesham can you try that
तेषां
उत्तमं धन्यवादः
धन्यवादः
So Strilingam we have seen. So the two new shabdas that we will learn today are Hari and Guru. Because you will have some time before the next class to learn these two shabdas as well. I thought I would include these two new shabdas. So this makes it 3 plus 3 plus 2, 8 shabdas you will have learned for this week. Hari and Guru are the new shabdas. The ikarantaha pullingaha Hari shabdaha. Prathama Harihi Hari Harayaha. Sambodhana Prathama He Hare He Hari He Harayaha. Dvitiya Harim Hari Harim. Tritiya Harina Haribhyam Haribhihi. Chaturthi Haraye Haribhyam Haribhyah. Panchami Harehe Haribhyam Haribhyah. Shashti Harehe Haryoho Harinam. Saptami Harau Haryoho Harishu. So for Harishu it is Hrasva and for Harinam it is Dirgha. So Dvitiya and Shashti it is Ri. Hareen and Harinam. So note the difference. Everywhere else it is the Hrasva Hari. Only for the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam and Shashti Bahuvachanam it is Hari. This is something you have to note. It is a very similar thing with the Guru Shabda. The Ukaranta, Pullinga, Guru Shabda has forms like this. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. He Guru, He Guru, He Guravaha, Gurum, Guru, Guruna, Guruna, Gurubhyam, Gurubhihi, Gurave, Gurubhyam, Gurubhyah, Guroho, Gurubhyam, Gurubhyah, Guroho, Gurvoho, Gurunam, Gurau, Gurvoho, Gurushu. So if somebody wants to read these two shabdas, you can raise your hand. Radha Madan.
Ram Ram Mahodaya.
Right. Yes. Ikarantah.
इकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः हरिशब्दः हरिः हरी हरयः हे हरे हे हरि हे हरयः हरिं हरी हरीन् हरिणा हरिभ्यां हरिभिः हरये हरिभ्यां हरिभ्यः हरेः हरिभ्यां हरिभ्यः हरेः हर्योः हरीणां हरौ हर्योः हरिषु
उत्तमम्. बहु उत्तमम्. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः.
For Guru Shabda, Prithvi, you want to try? Prithvi, we?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please try. Ukarantah.
उकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः गुरुशब्दः गुरुः गुरु गुरवः हे गुरे गुरवः 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 हे गुरे हे गुरु हे गुरो हे गुरु हे गुरवः गुरुं गुरु गुरून् गुरुणा गुरुभ्यां गुरुभिः गुरवे गुरुभ्यां गुरुभ्यः गुरोः गुरुभ्यां गुरुभ्यः गुरोः गुर्यः गुरोः गुरूणां.
This is Gurvoho. The Vivachanam is Gurvoho.
गुरोः गुरूणां गुरै
Gurau.
गुरैः गुरौ गुरौ
Yes.
गुरौ
Yes.
गुरोः
Gurvoho.
गुरुवोः गुरुषु.
Yes. It's just Gurvoho. The Repa is just a the Repa and Vakara, there is a Sayukta Akshara there. Gurvoho.
गुरुवोः. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Dhanyavadaha. Uttama. So one more time we will read the Hari and Guru Shabdas. Prashant PS. Ikarantah. Pullingah. Hari Shabdas.
नमस्ते अध्यापिका राम राम.
Ram.
इकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः हरिशब्दः हरिः हरी हरयः हे हरे हे हरि हे हरयः हरिं हरी हरीं हरिणा हरि हरिभ्यां हरिभिः हरये हरिभ्यां हरिभ्यः हरेः हरिभ्यां हरिभ्यः हरेः हर्योः हरीणां हरौ हर्योः हरिषु. Ma'am, I'm having a doubt. Harishu.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Will we be learning each and every vibhakti individually?
Yes.
Okay.
All the 7 vibhaktis, we will see where they are used, and then we will see some sentences where the particular vibhakti is also used.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah. Padmini Varadan, you want to read the Guru Shabda? Padmini Varadan is unable to hear you. I think there is a problem with your mic. Padma Narayan.
उकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गः गुरुशब्दः गुरुः गुरु गुरुः गुरु गुरवः हे गुरो हे गुरु हे गुरवः गुरुं गुरु गुरून् गुरुणा गुरुभ्यां गुरुभिः गुरवे गुरुभ्यां गुरुभ्यः गुरोः गुरुभ्यां गुरुभ्यः गुरोः गुर्वोः गुरूणां गुरौ गुर्वोः गुरुषु.
उत्तम. धन्यवादः.
Thank you.
Okay. So these two shabdas you will add to the list of shabdas to be memorized. So let us see the comparison of Prathama and Sambodhana Prathama for all the forms that we have seen, because we did that just before starting Dvitiya. We'll revise that and then quickly come back to the Dvitiya Vibhakti which we are doing. So Prathama is used as the subject and it is used for pointing out. It is also used in a passive voice sentence, but that we are not seeing now. The two primary uses we are seeing now are as the subject and in a sentence where you're pointing out an object. Saha Ramaha asti, Esha Sita asti, and so on. And for addressing, Sambodhana Prathama is used. Hey Rama, Hey Krishna, Hey Sita. Hey Rama, Hey Krishna, Hey Sita, etc. Ramaha. So we'll see all the Sambodhana forms for the Shabdas that we are learning now, namely Rama, Hari, Guru in the Pullinga, Sita, Mati, Nadi or Gauri, then Chanchu or Dhenu, both are Hrasva Ukara Shabdas, and Vadhu, which is Dirgha Ukara. These are the Strilinga Shabdas, 5 of them. And then the 3 Napumsakalinga Shabdas, which are Phala, Vari, and Vastu. So for these alone, we'll see the Sambodhana Prathama. For Ramaha, it is Rama. Can somebody try for the other Shabdas? Because we have learned the Sambodhana forms. If you can recollect, fine. Otherwise, you can also refer the notes or the textbook and tell me. For the Shabdas we know, you can try yourself. For Rama, Phala, and Rama or Sita, you can try it yourself. For the others, you can refer the notes and you can say it. Nirmala Krishnan Bhagini, do you want to try?
Ram Ram Ram, Namaste.
Rama Rama. Namaste.
Ramaha, Rama.
Yes.
Harihi, Hare.
Hare. Uttama.
Guru, Guruhu, Guru.
Yes.
Sita, Sita.
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 Sita. Matihi.
Mate.
Mate. Hemate.
Gauri, Gaurav. Gauri, short form.
Yes. Gauri with a Hrasva Ikara at the ending. Dhenuhu is like Chanchuhu, Hrasva Ukara Shabda.
Dene.
It is Dhenu. When there is U, it becomes O. When there is I, it becomes A. Similarly, with U, Yakara, with I, Yakara is associated. With U, Bakara is associated. So these points you can generally note so that it will help you in memorizing the Shabda. So Dhenu is the Sambodhana form. This is Vadhu, Dirgha Ukara.
Vadhu.
The Hrasva Ukara, Vadhu, is the Sambodhana form. Phala.
Phala.
He Phala. Uttam. Dhanyavada.
धन्यवाद.
There are just 2 more. You can just try to say that. So just hold on. Vari.
Vare. Hey, Vare.
So Vare is a form. Vari is also a form. So there is, in one form there is no change. Vari itself remains, and the other form is Vare. Good. Next, Vastu.
Vaste.
Vastu or
Vastani.
no, just Vastu.
Vastu.
It is a singular form, isn't it? So Vastu and Vastu are both the Sambodhana forms for the Ukaranta, Rasva Ukaranta Vastu Shabdaha, which is Napumsakalinga. Dhanyavadaha. Uttam Prayatnaha. So in Dvitiya Vibhakti, first we saw the forms. It is the Rupani. For Rama, it is Ramam, Ramau, Raman. We know the Rama Shabda, so this is familiar. Ramam, Ramau, Raman. Prathama is Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. He Rama, He Ramau, He Ramaha, Raman. He Ramaha. And Dvitiya is Ramam, Ramau, Raman. Harihi, Hari Harayaha. He Hare, He Hari, He Harayaha. And for Dvitiya, it is Harim, Hari, Harin. Today we learned the Hari Shabda. So this also we may be familiar with. Harim, Hari, Harin. Guru Shabda, Gurum, Guru, Gurun. Guruhu, Guru, Guravaha. He Guru, He Guru, He Guravaha. And the Dvitiya is Gurum, Guru, Gurun. For the Strilinga Shabdas, Sita becomes Sitam, Site, Sitaha. We already saw this in the Rama Shabda. Ramam, Rame, Ramaha. In Sita, it will be Sitam, Site, Sitaha. Mati becomes Matim, Mati, Matihi. Matihi, Mati, Matayaha is Prathama. He Mate, He Mati, He Matayaha is Sambodhana. And Matim, Mati, Matihi is Dvitiya. Gauri, Gauryo, Gauryaha is Prathama. He Gauri, He Gauryo, He Gauryaha is Sambodhana Prathama. And Dvitiya is Gaurim, Gauryo, Gauryaha. Chanchuhu, Chanchuhu, Chanchu, Chanchavaha is Prathama. Chanchu, Chanchu, Chanchavaha is Dvitiya. Chanchu, Chanchu, Chanchuhu is the Dvitiya Vibhakti. The second one was Sambodhana Prathama, and this is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Vadhu, Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha is Prathama. Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhvaha is Sambodhana Prathama, and Vadhu, Vadhvau, Vadhuhu. When it is in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, everything has a Dirgha ending with a Visarga at the end. For Strilinga Shabdas, this is one thing you can observe. All Bahuvachana forms have Dirgha with Visarga. It can be Dirgha Akara or Ikara or Ukara, but it ends in a Visarga. Next is Napumsakalinga Shabdas. Phalam, Phale, Phalani. It's the same as the Prathama Vibhakti. Phalam, Phale, Phalani. Prathama, Sambodhana, Phala, Phale, Phalani. And Dvitiya, Phalam, Phale, Phalani. For Vari, it's Vari, Varini, Varini as Prathama. Vare, Vari, Varini, Varini as Sambodhana Prathama. And Vari, Varini, Varini as Dvitiya. For Vastu Shabda, Vastu, Vastuni, Vastuni. Sambodhana is Vastu or Vastu, Vastuni, Vastuni. And Dvitiya is Vastu, Vastuni, Vastuni, just like the Prathama. So this you just read for now and try to use it in the exercises. So today I will be giving you the homework for the second Vibhakti. You do that, you can refer to the tables and do it, and you will become slowly familiar with the forms. So Dvitiya Vibhakti, Sarvanama Shabdas also we should learn under Dvitiya Vibhaktis. Dvitiya Vibhakti, that is the Asmad and Yushmad are the first two Shabdas. Then we have Tad Shabda, the three lingas, Etad Shabda and Idam Shabda. For Asmad, there are two forms. Ekavachanam has Mam, Ma, Dvivachanam, Avam, Nau, Bahuvachanam, Asman, Naha. Mam, Ma, Avam, Nau, Asman, Naha. Yushmat Shabda, Tvam, Tva, Yuvam, Va, Yushman, Vaha. Tvam, Tva, Yuvam, Va, Yushman, Vaha. And then for the Tad Shabda, Pullinga, Tam, Tau, Tan. Saha Tau Te is Prathama, Tam, Tau, Tan is Dvitiya. Strilinga Tad Shabda, Tam, Te, Taha. The Prathama Vibhakti is Sa, Te, Taha. The Dvitiya is Tam, Te, Taha. Napumsakalinga, Prathama is Tat, Te, Tani. Dvitiya is also Tat, Te, Tani. For Etad, it is very, very similar to the Tad Shabda. You add A before all the words, you get the Etad Shabda. Etam, Etau, Etan. Etam, Ete, Etaha is Strilinga. Etad, Ete, Etani is Napumsakalinga. For the Idam Shabda, Ayam, Imau, Ime is Prathama, Pullinga. Imam, Imau, Iman is Dvitiya. For Strilinga, Iyam, Ime, Imaha is Prathama. Imam, Ime, Imaha is Dvitiya. For Napumsakalinga, we always know that there is no difference between Prathama and Dvitiya. Idam, Ime, Imani. Idam, Ime, Imani. These are the Sarvanama Shabdas, and Kim also is there. Yes. So Kam, Kau, Kan. Kaha, Kau, Ke, Kam, Kau, Kan for Prathama. Ka, Ke, Kaha, Kam, Ke, Kaha for Strilinga. Kim, Ke, Kani, Kim, Ke, Kani again for Napumsakalinga. So the usage of Dvitiya Vibhakti, the primary usage is as the subject, the object of the sentence. The object of the sentence is in Dvitiya and it is called the Karma Padam or just Karma. So we saw some sentences. I think there were some doubts. Some people wanted me to repeat this portion of the use of Dvitiya Vibhakti as the object in a sentence. Ramaha Pathan Pathati. So what Shabda is this? It is the Patha Shabda. Karantaha Pullingaha Patha Shabdaha. The Dvitiya Bahuvachanam form is Pathan, which means plural. The boy reads, Rama reads many lessons. Ramaha Pathan Pathati. So since it is in the plural, we are using Dvitiya and Bahuvachanam. It is the object of the sentence. Why? Because we can ask the question, what does Rama read? Rama reads the lessons. So it answers the question, what or which or whom. So it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Next sentence is Janaha Devam Namanti. Now we can see here that even though the object is plural, the verb Pathati is in singular because Ramaha, which is the subject, is in singular. Always the verb agrees with the subject in an active voice sentence. Janaha Devam Namanti. Here Janaha is plural. Janaha is the singular form. Jana Shabda, Akaranta, just like Rama Shabda. Janaha is plural, Prathama Bahuvachanam. And Devam is Devaha and Devam. Devaha is God. Devam is the Dvitiya Vibhakti of Deva Shabda. And it means they worship God. Whom do they worship? They worship God. So it is the object and hence in Dvitiya. Janakaha Balau Poshayati. Janakaha father. Balau. Here the object is in Dvivachanam. Balau Poshayati means he nourishes or takes care of. Here Janakaha and Poshayati match because the verb is also in Prathama Ekavachanam and Janakaha is also Ekavachanam. Balau is the object. So Balaha, Balau, Balaha, Balam, Balau, Balan. So Balau in Dvivachanam remains the same for Prathama and Dvitiya. So here it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Gajaha, Jalam, Pibati. The elephant drinks water. What does the elephant drink? It drinks water. So it is associated with the verb as the object of the sentence, and so it is in Dvitiya. For an Napumsakalinga word, we will not be able to make out the difference of Prathama and Dvitiya by looking at the form. We have to see it in which context it has been used, and based on that decide whether it is Prathama Vibhakti or Dvitiya. So Gajaha Jalam Pibati, in this sentence it is an object, and hence we assume this is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Te Ashwan Pashyanti. Te is plural. Sahatau te. Te means they see the horse. Pashyanti is see. So te is in Bahuvachanam. Pashyanti also is in Bahuvachanam. Ashwan is the object. This is also Bahuvachanam, but it is Dvitiya Vibhakti. What do they see? They see the horses. Tvam Acharyam Namasi. Here the subject is Tvam. And so Namasi, the verb is in Madhyama Purusha Ekavajanam. Namasi. Namasi, Namatha, Namatha. I hope you remember the verb forms as well. So whom do you salute? You salute the teacher. So Acharyam is in Dvitiya. Acharya is Prathama. Acharyam is Dvitiya. Dripaha Janan Rakshati. There are many people, Bahuvachanam, Janan, Janaha, Janau, Janaha, and the Dvitiya form is Janan. Dripaha is the subject and Rakshati agrees with that. So Dripaha, Janan, Rakshati. Whom does the king protect? He protects all the people. So that's in Bahuvachanam, Dvitiya, Bahuvachanam, Janan. Aham Chitram Pashyami. I see the picture. So aham is the subject. So pashyami is in Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. And Chitram is Dvitiya Ekavachanam. You see one picture, so it is Chitram. Since it's an Apumsakalinga Padam, Chitram, Chitre, Chitrani. Again, Dvitiya also is Chitram, Chitre, Chitrani. Here it is Dvitiya Vibhakti that is used. I hope it is clear now. I will see if there are questions till now and then. Is it not needed to say Hey Rama for Dvitiya? Hey is not an important part. It is not part of a Vibhakti or anything. It just indicates that you're calling that person or you're addressing that person. Ramaha Padhan, but shouldn't it come as Padhani? I don't understand the question. It has to agree with Rama. Ramaha Patham Pathati. Pathan Patati. So Pathani. No, it is not a, oh, you mean the Patham? It is not a Napumsakalinga word. It is a Pullinga Padam. So it is Pathaha, Pathau, Pathaha, Patham, Pathau, Pathan. When there are two forms in the Sambodhana, Vare, Vari, can we use any form in the sentence or is there some rule? There is no rule. For now, you can use any form. Jalam. Jalam, kindly explain. Jalam is a Napumsakalinga word. Jalam, Jale, Jalani. So the Prathama and Dvitiya forms are the same. So in Dvitiya Vibhakti, I don't remember the sentence. Ramaha Jalam Pibati, something was there. Gajaha Jalam Pibati. So Jalam is in Dvitiya Vibhakti. What does the elephant drink? It drinks the water. Because it is object, you know that it is Dvitiya. Otherwise, you can't find it. Yes, yuvam vam is correct. Yuvam vam is the correct form. Is it given va here? Okay, I will correct that. Yuvam vam is correct. Mati is mind or intelligence or anything which relates to the mental function. Dvitiya Vibhakti examples are what we are going to see now. All that we have seen now is Dvitiya Vibhakti examples. Mayurah kakau cha. Then it becomes 3 in number. Then you should use the plural form. 3 or more than 3, you use tifthanti. Mayurah kakah cha, you use the dvivachan. Nakara is not changed in plural, though repha is there. That's what I told you. There is no hard and fast rule that whenever you see repha or rikara or shakara, you have to immediately put nakara. There are other rules. Just follow the forms for now. And in Dvitiya Vibhakti, it will not change. In Tritiya and Shashti, Tritiya Ekavachanam and Shashti Bahuvachanam, you will find Ramena and Ramanam. There the nakara changes, but not in the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. This is a point which you have to know. The forms are like that. Why? We will learn later. Not in this course, we will learn it much later when we are learning the derivation of Shabdas. So, I think those are the only questions that are there. We'll proceed to the next part of the lesson. So, let us see some sentences with for this we have done. The next use of Dvitiya Vibhakti is with certain indeclinables, avyaya padas. Indeclinables, as we saw, are avyayani. We know the indeclinable prati or towards. Dhenuhu griham prati gachati. So, when you are using prati, the vibhakti that you should use with a noun is only Dvitiya. Towards what somebody goes, that noun should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Ramaha Vidyalayam prati gachati. Vidyalayaha is Prathama, Vidyalayam is Dvitiya. So, the word with which prati is associated is in Dvitiya, is this rule. Vina, Ramam vina Sita na gachati. Without Rama, Sita doesn't go. So, the word with which vina is associated, vina means without. So, that word is Rama, that has to be in Ram, in Dvitiya. So, it is Ramam. Ramam vina Sita na gachati. Ubhayataha means, this is a new avyaya that you're learning. It means on both sides. I'm not sure if you learned it already. Ubhayataha, it means on both sides. For example, Nadim Ubhayataha Punya Kshetrani Santi. On both sides of the river, there are holy places or sacred places. Nadim Ubhayataha. So the Nadim is the Dvitiya Vibhakti of Nadi. Nadi Nadyau Nadyaha, Nadim Nadyau Nadihi. These are the forms. So Nadim is the Dvitiya Ekavachanam. We have to use the Dvitiya with Ubhayataha. Similarly, Sarvataha, on all sides or all round. Udyanam Sarvataha, Vrikshaha Santi. On all sides or all around the garden, there are trees. So with Sarvataha, around what there are trees around the Udyanam. So Udyanam has to be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. So the words closely associated with these indeclinables, namely Prati, Vina, Ubhayatah and Sarvatah, these have to be in Dvitiya is the rule. So according to this rule, you don't have to think, you just have to use the Dvitiya Vibhakti. There are other such sentences with the same set of avyayas in the textbook also. Please go through them so that you will be familiar. The third use of Dvitiya Vibhakti is when there are verbs of movement involved, then the destination to which the person is moving will be in Dvitiya. For example, Chhatraha Pratah Vidyalayam Gachanti. So normally we use the preposition to, right, to indicate destination. From is the origin and to is the destination. So in Sanskritam, that destination will be in Dvitiya whenever there is a verb which indicates movement. Gachati is a verb which says goes. Agachati is comes. These are all verbs of movement. So when such verbs of movement are involved, the destination is given in the Dvitiya Vibhakti. You will see more examples in the exercises. As you do the exercises, it will become clear. Some verbs govern two objects. So a sentence may have one subject and it can have two objects. So in which case the verb is said to be dvikarmaka. Dvi means two, karma means object. So dvikarmaka dhatu. A dvikarmaka dhatu in a sentence will have the necessity of two objects in the sentence. We will see the examples right away. Pachati means cooks. Saha tandulan, which means raw rice. Odanam means cooked rice. Pachati. What does he do? He takes raw rice and he cooks them into cooked rice. So when you cook, what happens? The raw rice becomes cooked rice, isn't it? So both these things are objects in the sentence. So the verb is the same, which is pachati. So before doing this action, it was raw. After doing this action, it has become cooked. So here, tandulan odanam pachati. Dandayati means punishes. So here you can ask two questions. Excuse me. Whom does one punish and what is he punished with? Dripaha, which means the king. Stenam, the thief. Shatam dandayati. Shatam is 100. So he asks him to pay a fine of 100 rupees. So he punishes him with 100. So both are considered to be the objects in this sentence. Even though in English we use with, we do not use it in the Tritiya Vibhakti. Please note this very carefully. This has to be in Dvitiya because the verb is like that. Dandayati is a verb which automatically has two objects. One is the person who is punished and what is he punished with. Both will be only in Dvitiya. This is the rule. Next is Prichhati. Prichhati is asks. Saha manavakam panthanam prichhati. There is a person who is walking and he is asking the student to show him the way. So there are two objects in this sentence. One is whom does he ask? He asks the student. Manavakaha is the student and Manavakaha is like Ramashabda. So it is Manavakam in Dvitiya. And Panthanam is also in Dvitiya. This Shabda we have not learned. But anyway, just know that this is a Dvitiya Vibhakti word. Panthanam Prichhati. So when Prichhati comes, again there is a possibility of two objects. Whom do you ask and what do you ask? So Manavakam Panthanam Prichhati. Here also both the nouns which are associated with that particular Dvikarmaka dhatu both will be in Dvitiya. Nayati. Te ajan griham nayanti. You know ajaha, right? Aja is goat. Te is they. They take the goat to the house. So this means Aja and Griham both are in Dvitiya. What do they take and where do they take? So Nayati again is a verb involving movement, right? So the destination, which is Griham, should be in Dvitiya. So that way one object is already in Dvitiya. The other object is, what does he take? He has to take something to some place. So both will be in Dvitiya is the rule. When Nayati comes, again there are two objects and both are in Dvitiya. Harati. Harati is taking away, which is similar to leading, but in a more forceful way maybe. If you see this example, it will be clear. Ravanaha Sita Lankam Harati. Ravanaha is subject. What does he do? He takes away. He takes away somebody. Whom? Sita. Where does he take her? To Lanka. So both should be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Sita Lankam Harati. So all these verbs, not just these, those which have a similar meaning also will get two objects and both objects will be in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Pachati, what does he cook and what does he make out of it? So both are in Dvitiya. Dandayati or punishes. Whom does he punish? What does he punish him with? Both are in Dvitiya. Prichhati, whom does he ask? What does he ask? Both are in Dvitiya. Nayati or leads. Whom does he take and where does he take? Both are in Dvitiya. Harati is also similar. Who and where. So in page 53, there are some sentences. Tvam pratah kim pathasi. What do you read in the morning? Aham pratah pustakam pathami. Here, pustakam is in Dvitiya. Why? It is the object. What do you read? I read the book. So when it answers the question what, it is the object of the sentence and so it is in Dvitiya. Saha kam tatra pashyati. Whom does he or what or whom does he see there? That kam indicates that it is a masculine word. Why? Kaha, kau, ke, the kim shabda pullinga form, prathama vibhakti, and dvitiya is kam, kau, ka. So kam is who, whom, and so it is the object. So you're expecting an answer to be in masculine. Saha kam tatra pashyati, saha tatra gajam pashyati. He sees an elephant there. Gajam is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Gajaha, gajau, gajaha, gajam, gajau, gajan. Next is, whom does she salute? Sa kam namati. Here also you're using kam, which means you're expecting the answer to be Dvitiya Vibhakti or Pullinga and Ekavachanam. So it is Sa Devam Namati. She salutes God. Balaha ke khadati. Balaha, what does he eat in the plural? So you know that the boy is eating two things. What are those two things? That will be the object and that will again be in Dvitiya. And when you use ke in Dvitiya, you can use either a Strilinga pada or a Napumsakalinga pada. But here it is more apt to use phale. Balaha phale khadati. The boy eats two fruits. Here it is Napumsakalinga word. Phalam phale phalani is prathama. Phalam phale phalani is Dvitiya as well. So here phale is Dvitiya Vibhakti even though you don't know it from the form. These are some examples. Let us do one exercise. Somebody wants to try, you can. This is the first exercise in lesson number 16. We have already exceeded the time. We'll just quickly finish this and then I'll give you the homework. So at least we'll finish the Dvitiya. Padma Narayan. Bhagini, you want to try?
Janaha tatra kim pashyanti. Okay,
Yes.
I forgot what is pashyanti.
Pashyanti is C. Pashyati is C, yes.
So kim pashyanti. So I can answer anything. Whatever
It can
is
be
seen.
you can. Generally, Kim is a common, when you're not sure about the lingam, you use the Napumsaka lingam.
Yeah.
So you can
But pashyanti is plural, like
that
three
is for
or more.
Janaha. That is for Janaha. Because there are many people, the verb agrees with the subject, which is Janaha. Who is doing the action of seeing? The people. So Janaha is in plural. Pashyanti is also in plural.
Plural.
But Kim is a singular question word. So you have to use a Napumsakalinga Ekavachana answer.
Oh, so the kim is the singular.
Yes.
Okay. So Janaha tatra, it has to be a Napumsakalinga.
Yes.
Okay. So Janaha tatra phalam pashyanti.
Phalam pashyanti, chitram pashyanti, bhavanam pashyanti.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
You can try it a couple more. One. Prataha tvam kutra gachasi.
Okay, once again, gachasi is coming. Going.
Okay.
Prataha
Can you
tvam.
explain the question first? In the morning.
Prataha, in the morning, you going where? I mean, where are you going in the morning?
Right. Where are you going in the morning?
Morning. Prataha aham. What is mandir?
Mandiram.
Temple. Mandiram gachasi. Aham will be gachami.
Uttam. Aham gachami.
Prataha aham mandiram gachami.
Bahu uttam. Agrimam api vadu.
Chatraha kan namanti. Namanti is saluting, right? Chatraha students. Yes. Students are saluting whom? Is
yes.
that right? And this is
That's
namanti,
absolutely.
so there's more than 1, 2, 3 people. Okay. So chatraha.
No. Chatraha is plural, so namanti is in plural. But your answer will depend on the question word kan. Kan is again plural. It is in Dvitiya Vibhakti.
So if it is teachers, adhyapikas, I mean, what is the plural?
Adhyapikaha, just like Sitaha.
Chatraha adhyapikaha namanti.
Uttam. Adhyapikaha namanti. In Sri Lingam, the Dvitiya Vibhakti also has Adhyapikaha. Prathama and Dvitiya in Bahuvachanam are the same.
Adhyapikaha, the 2 dots.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The Akaranta Strilinga has both forms as the same. So there is no need to change. Uttam. Next also. 1 minute.
Yuyam kim likatha. Now likatha will be yuyam. So okay, this is the middle madhyama purushaha. Now kaha kim is singular only. Yuyam chitram likatha. No, likatha yuyam will be yeah. Yuyam. I'm drawing a picture. So yuyam
picture is chitram again. Chitram likha.
Chitram likhata. Yeah.
You don't say writing a picture, so you can say patram likhami.
Right. It's a drawing. What is the word for drawing? Have you learned it?
Drawing. I will check.
Okay.
That is also, you can say likha only. Correct. Lekhanam.
Yeah. Vayam patram likhama. Vayam
patram likhama. Because Yuyam is Bahuvachanam and Likatha is Madhyama Bahuvachanam. Vayam and Likhamaha should agree.
Okay.
Vayam.
Okay. Likami, likavaha, likamaha. That way, right?
Yes.
Vayam patram likhamaha.
And here the focus is on the object, which is patram. Patram patre patrani is prathama. Patram patre patrani is again dvitiya as well.
So your answer will be for the Kim and the Kutra, and the others will remain the same.
Yes. Others, in the sense, UM becomes Vayam. If you want to change it, you can do that.
Right.
Dhanyavadaha. Uttamam.
Thank you. Dhanyavada.
There are 4 more sentences, I think. Okay. Meenakshi Venkatraman, do you want to try? Gini?
Namaste, Acharya.
Namaste, Ram Ram. Yeah. Te kada kim khadatah.
So
Here you need to be careful. Te,
it is dvivachan because khadatah.
very good, Dvivachanam. But your question is about kim. What do they eat? Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to answer.
Te sayam phalam khadatah.
Uttamam. Te sayam phalam khadatah. I've written annam khadatah.
Kaha kada kan gramam nayati.
There are too many questions here.
Kaha is who, when, who takes when, who all to the village.
Yes.
Kada is when, kan is
Who all?
plural. Yeah, who
Plural,
all.
yes.
Gramam object with to the village, because nayati is dvivachana kriya
Yes,
padam.
Dvikarmaka. Excellent. Nayati is a Dvikarmaka dhatu. So it has 2 objects. One is the people who, or whatever you're taking. It should be in plural.
Yeah.
And where you're taking and who is taking. Everything is in the form of a question. So you don't know anything about this except that somebody is taking something or maybe something to the village.
To the village. Yeah. Krishnaha sayam pashun gramam nayati.
Excellent. Pashun gramam nayati. Just like Roon Pashun is Ukaranta Pullinga Bahuvachana. Yes. Dvitiya Bahuvachana. Uttamam. So Ramaha Sayam Ashwan Gramam Nayati. 2 more sentences are there.
Yeah.
Saha
kada kutra agachati. So the answer can also be saha. Saha sayam griham agachati.
Okay. Griham, you should just know that it is in Dvitiya Vibhakti because the answer to that when you're indicating the destination in a verb involving movement, the answer will be in Dvitiya.
Yeah.
So Griham, Grihe, Grihani, Griham, Grihe, Grihani,
Grihani. Yeah.
Yes. What I've written is Saha Idanim, just now, Pathashala Agachati. Pathashala is Prathama. Pathashalam is Dvitiya. Just like Sita, Sitam.
Yeah.
Next is
Ashvaha tatra kim pibanti. Ashvaha tatra jalam pibanti.
Uttam. Ashvaha tatra jalam pibanti. Kim indicates it is Napumsakalinga. Kim ke kani, kim ke kani. Similarly, jalam, yes, ekavachanam. And this is Dvitiya Vibhakti. Ashvaha tatra. What do they drink? The object is in Dvitiya. Jalam pibanti. Uttamam.
Dhanyavadaha.
So for homework, you will learn all the shabdas which are given under the Ratana section. Rama, Hari, Guru, Rama, Phala. We learned Rama, Rama, Phala in the beginning. The 3 lingas of Tat Shabda next. And then today we have learned Hari and Guru. So since you have some time before Tuesday's class, you can try to memorize these Shabdas as homework. And there are 3 more exercises in lesson 16, which you can try to complete. I will try to upload the answers in the course page so that you can check your answers before the next class. And we will start with Tritiya Vibhakti, hopefully in the next class, by God's grace. So let us stop here with the Mangala Shloka, the Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Dhanyavadah. Shubhratrihi. Punah milamah.